following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
Hello and welcome to episode 45 of the Big YAC podcast. It is I, Mike Pareto. Alongside me, as always, is Nico and we have guest Taj Collins-Faison. How are you today?
Damn, we got to get the whole name. Just
You dropped the whole government name.
I had to do the legal name.
Hi, everybody.
I'm sorry.
It's nice to be on here. I haven't been on here in a while.
42 episodes ago.
Has it been?
No.
There was the Big YAC podcast.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Draft.
This is your third appearance.
Yeah, this is my third appearance. But I was the first guest, so I'm feeling,
You were the first guest.
I feel appreciated, also, I am their barber. I'm going to make sure I put that out there. They trust me very much.
Get that Taj
even though they
Capers
both
ad
have
in
hats
there.
on.
Listen, it wasn't looking good. I was running a little bit late. I had the beefy sweats on. You guys can't see the beefy sweats.
I want people to see these sweats.
We're not gonna show people.
Show the sweats. Show the sweats.
He's got the sweats on.
All right, so they're like very beefy.
Yeah, he's got big beef sweats on.
It was when. So to people who don't know me, I used to be a big boy.
Yeah.
And these are from the big boy era. I just wanted to be comfy. It's my birthday tomorrow.
Speaking of the birthday tomorrow,
I think I might have hurt his feelings by it.
No, you did.
So as Mike said, tomorrow is indeed his birthday.
It is.
So we have a little bit of a collection going on here.
This is scary.
I didn't tell Mike until he walked in that we were doing this.
So why is there?
So yeah, what we have is a whole list of ingredients because we're taking down some
creme de
cake
cacao.
shots.
None of these products are sponsored by this podcast.
You got some Baileys.
We have Baileys, we have some Pinnacle Whipped, some creme de cacao, and yeah,
Funfetti.
Some funfetti.
some funfetti.
You guys can't see it on camera, but we also have sprinkles.
Some lovely sprinkles. Well, I'm getting all that together. Taj, let's catch back up. What's been going on?
All right. Well, another birthday has passed, but I actually got married finally. I think last time I was on here, me and my current wife now, but we were engaged and we were joking about because we both have two last names, and if she took my last name, she would have four last names. She didn't do that. She just took my last name because it's better. That would have been bad. But I got married in Boston. It was like a little private wedding, just like me, her, and my older sister, and it was a good time and everything. We went to brunch and everything, and we got a hotel. It was really nice, and we're actually currently we set up our honeymoon. We're going to have a honeymoon in Greece.
Greece.
Yes,
Greece.
We're going there in October. We're very excited about that.
Nice.
Yeah, this is going to be my first time going out of country.
Did you get your passport yet?
Yeah, actually, she actually just did hers. I'm doing mine currently, but it takes a while. But we're trying to get it out the way. Yeah,
That's like a lot of people go to like Aruba.
I forgot. We actually are going to Italy for a little bit.
Well, dang.
I'm so jealous.
And then we're going to Greece.
Oh my god!
But
I'm so
yeah,
jealous.
I forgot to mention that too. But we're very excited.
Is it because I'm Italian?
I did. I looked straight in your eyes. I want you to know that hey, I'm going to Italy. I'm going home, baby. I'm going home.
I've been wanting to go to Italy all my life so far. So I mean, if you go, man, let me know how it is.
Yeah, I see that horn on your neck.
I had to rep the Italian horn. I've been wearing this this necklace for.
I'm not gonna lie to you. So my friend, Andrew, right?
Yes.
He has that on his neck too, and I swear I thought that was a pepper for that.
Well, that's what everybody mistakens it as, is a pepper.
You're like, dude, what's that pepper mean to you?
And then he had told me about it, and it's still a running joke. So, but
They have bracelets, or not bracelets, necklaces that literally are peppers that are shaped like that too, and it's like it's kind of like a joke. It's like a running joke kind of thing. So, wow, Greece though. Yeah. Well, so what made you decide on Greece?
So we actually wanted to go abroad regardless as far as like our honeymoon. But we, usually the destinations are Hawaii and all those places.
That's what I'm saying.
And everything. But I think we want to just experience a different culture. I mean, it's like a kind of a culture shock, and it's going to be awesome to even be able to see something that we've never seen before. I've watched videos on it. I've watched vlogs on it. I've watched plenty of like footage on it, and it all looks great and amazing. And I see you looking at them shots, kind of scared, but
I'm getting kind of scared by what I'm seeing here.
But I'm very excited to go to Greece, and she is too, and that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Maybe I'll come back on the pod and talk about it.
Yeah, we need the international
Perspective.
We gotta get our international views up. So if you could rep the Big Yak podcast.
Actually, now
while you're
that I
out there.
think about it, we're gonna obviously we're in leagues together. I'm gonna be this is gonna be during football season, so I'm going to miss probably 2 weeks of football. I'm setting my lineups, but
yeah, you better set the Nico's Dynasty lineup.
Yeah, speaking of Nico's Dynasty, Nico is hoarding quarterbacks in a 2-quarterback league, and he's not trying to give anybody anything. It's not actually a quarterback, 2-quarterback, but it's a super flex, which most people just use quarterback.
Right.
Sorry I stayed in the wide shot so long, but
Oh my God!
There it is.
I know it's not as good as a shot.
Oh my!
But I got you this beautiful cake from the Village Bake Shop, and I know you're a big Cookie Monster fan, so I got you. So
I love Cookie Monster.
Cookie Monster, and there's broken cookies on the top, and you can't go wrong with anything at Village Bake Shop. So while he's mixing drinks, I'm gonna produce and cut cake.
Thank you, Maranta.
Happy
Wow,
birthday.
Thanks.
Happy birthday.
Mike's getting the full service.
I know. So
And it's not even really his birthday.
tomorrow we got like 12 hours.
That's not how.
I don't know. No, I was born at.
We're not going by. Nobody ever goes, hey, I was born at this time, so don't say happy birthday to me, too.
I already got Tuesday. They celebrated my birthday. Yesterday they celebrated my birthday at Crunch when I was working.
I saw that. It almost looked like a candlelight
Well, I
vigil.
assume you're not going to work tomorrow because you work Thursday.
No. So we had a cake. They bought it from Save a Lot. Mm-hmm. It was kind of a scary looking cake, but that's the best that they
next
have.
door?
Yes. Yeah. So they had the candles. They bought a 30-pack of candles, and they put 24 candles on a little
That's a fire hazard.
mini cake. We're at a front desk at a gym.
That's what I'm saying. I thought it looked like a candlelight vigil.
Yeah, and so
I said, damn, who died?
Yeah, they lit it. And the crazy thing is like, they asked me, they're like, oh, how old are you turning? I said, oh, I'm turning 24. And everybody there, they're all like between the ages of like 19 to like 23. Yeah. So I'm like the oldest one. So I'm 24. They're like, God damn, you're old. Yep. I'm like, bruh, I'm 2 years older than some of you guys. Like, relax.
That math doesn't matter to them at all.
It doesn't.
Nope.
So apparently I'm old. So apparently I have to go into the nursing home.
Well, I'm 26, so like I could call all the time. I was playing basketball. I hurt my knee, and I was like, yep.
I'm old now.
I'm there.
That's it.
I'm there.
So this is my first time making birthday cake shots. I've made different drinks, made different shots before, but this actually came out pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good looking, at least.
Doesn't look too bad. Oh yeah, like we changed the camera on this right though. But
here we go. Have it up here.
What?
Got it. You don't even know where to look.
I can't. Where camera am I looking at? Right there. Oh yeah.
There it is.
Got the sprinkles on top.
The shot yet. So all right.
Beautiful.
Shout out to
I'm a lightweight. I might get drunk after
Shout out
this.
to Syracuse, by the way.
Yeah.
Go Cuse. Go Orange.
Cheers.
Woo!
That wasn't bad.
It's a crunchy shot.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
You got a napkin?
I enjoyed that.
Good?
Yeah, it was good. You might have to be a bartender.
Hey.
Big Yak bartending.
Hey.
We can make that page right now.
We could make it right now.
Listen, all I'm saying is coming soon.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. That's what he said. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know if this was an appropriate show.
The silence is
Wait, what'd you say?
That's what he said.
Oh, hey, yo.
What'd you say?
I don't know if we're gonna eat this right now.
I didn't know if the show was PG
Thank
or
you.
not.
It's gonna be a weird show today.
It's going to be
No,
one
yeah.
of those shows.
I'm
today.
not
get
gonna-
weird.
I'm not gonna front. That looks really good. I ain't kind of.
Those Bake Shop never fails.
He's cutting.
Never fails.
So this is a multitasking producer over here.
He's cutting scenes and cutting cake.
Cutting shots and cutting. There it is. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
that'll be my piece because it almost fell on the floor.
So, thank you, Nico.
So fun fact. Oh yeah. Recipe at home. 1.5 ounces of Bailey's. 1.5 ounces of Pinnacle whipped vodka. 1.5 ounces of creme de cacao. And then to get the little shot glass, all I did was buy that like $2 thing of confetti, dip the shot glasses in there, and then sprinkle the sprinkles around. Pour the shots in, make sure it's chilled. That's the most important part.
Yep.
And then take some whipped cream and dabble it up the front. And that is one sweet
I
birthday
didn't
cake
see
shot.
you measure anything.
So
I didn't see you measure.
oh, the
nothing.
joy of shooters. They're exactly as much as you need.
Facts.
And then a shot glass as well. I don't know what shot glass I mixed the shots with, but one of them was a little bit more potent than the rest.
Probably mine. I'm about to start like getting drunk on.
Well, hey, there is more. There is more if you want some.
I kind of want to
Take a shot for every. So we're gonna be playing a little game coming up.
Okay.
Every
It's like a birthday party.
like
We
a
got
birthday party.
cake, we got drinks, games.
Hey man, I'm enjoying this.
I might not ever leave this podcast.
I always like when you know all these years of teaching where you see people.
Rancho, I think you got
go
something
from-
on your nose.
I'm not going to the shot.
Please go. I wish.
No, I'm not doing that. It'll end up in the TikTok. I don't want
The TikTok.
Mine.
TikTok. I don't want that. Hey, TikTok. No thanks. No, but as you guys like grow up, when you're just drinking like Natty Ice or something, when you're in college, and then all of a sudden you're like all sophisticated, making birthday cake shots. That's pretty cool, actually.
Well,
So,
we stepped up.
We grow.
we elevated.
Used to sneak like Bud Lights.
meanwhile, everybody's listening to this like, are they gonna ever talk about any fucking sports?
No, we're gonna talk about.
That's how it was last podcast. We were on like a 20-minute like tangent about like different whiskeys and different like liquors.
It's the
Have you,
silly
wait,
season
speaking
of
of,
sports.
have you ever had Japanese whiskey?
No,
Japanese whiskey is fantastic.
I've never had it.
Well, Nico, of course you know.
Nico
whatever.
is a
I have.
consigliere. I can't even say it. Consigliere. I butchered that.
I've become the podcast
only-
resident bartender
It's,
as well.
it's only been 6 months, and you just think you know everything now, Nico. Seriously, how long have you been in that job now?
Almost a year now.
Oh, wow.
Time flies.
Time does fly.
I got it not long after we started the show. So, speaking of, we're coming up on that 1 year mark. 1 year of the start of the show. That's pretty, well, almost. But we're bringing back our first guest. A lot of ones going on. Throw some ones in the chat. This cake is fantastic. We got to get a sponsorship by Village Bake Shop.
Let's just show up there. Play on the episode.
Well, that's the joke. I go to Village Fitness, and then I go to Village Bake Shop. So they cancel each other out.
Net
Go
zero.
Right back,
That's exactly
go
what-
right back to the gym and have Jeremy make me push something or lift something.
This is how you just look at the same for like since forever, huh?
Yeah. He hasn't aged because it's just net zero every single day.
Just got to keep it all in balance, man. Keep it all in balance.
How's
Yeah.
everybody doing?
Let's talk some football.
All right, let's
Talk some football. Yeah, we're real quick. I'm very grateful for everybody. You know, I've been on the surf. It'll be 24 years. I'm grateful for everybody. I'm grateful for the big YAC. I'm grateful for living in this skin that I'm living in, and so I appreciate everybody. Taj is crying. Appreciate Taj. You know, Taj has been making me look right, especially during, you know, I'm not even gonna bring it up. Anyways, Taj contributed to a lot of thirst traps on Snapchat. He did.
Facts.
He did. So,
Same.
I think.
I'm proud of my boy.
All right, let's talk football. So we're gonna do a little segment. Last week we did a little bit of a game. This week we're gonna do a little bit of a game. We're gonna play a game
Which,
called.
by the way, I just wanted to say one thing. How could you not tell that was Lamar Jackson?
I have no idea. Oh, here's the thing. I can only see it from here.
Okay.
My vision
There was
is
a little
okay.
bit of a distance.
A little bit of a distance, so I just literally took like a random.
Okay. Because I was
You know-
sitting there like, that is Lamar Jackson's face, right? That's didn't change at all.
I said
because he
it.
doesn't have any facial hair.
I said it. I was like, oh, this one's easy. But the
Von Miller one was bad.
Yo, he actually did it to me before
that
he
morning
did it
he cut my hair.
and
before
I
the
was
show.
like, I don't even know who that is. And then he was like, Von Miller got that big. Yep, because I didn't get it.
that we posted a TikTok about that, and that has since become our biggest TikTok yet.
Yeah. I
People
think
like guess the player stuff.
Yeah, that's why I seen it on I think on Instagram, but I seen it and I was like, Mike, do better.
I got the first couple right.
You
I got
You were on a hot streak.
Mahomes
You got
and
it.
I
Yeah.
got
CMC.
CMC.
That was a good one. CMC was a good guess.
I got Mahomes mixed with CMC. And then when I seen CMC, I was like, yeah, CMC.
Yeah, he the first picture he was like, "Is that Christian McCaffrey?" You just wait, you're jumping the gun a little bit.
Right. So we're gonna play a game called Who's That Guy? So it's a little bit different from last week. This time we're just gonna give out information on this player. Okay. You know, it could be like stats, it could be where they're drafted, what college they came from, numbers. It could be anything. And so our job, whoever's job,
Who's their girlfriend?
what? Who's their girlfriend? Yeah. Is to guess the player. It's simple. So Nico,
Am I getting put to the test?
you're gonna be put to the test.
I'm gonna move your laptop a little bit because I can.
Oh, he doesn't have the he has that hidden for me.
Yeah, I have a list secretly on my phone.
Okay.
And then I have my
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna get this thing started.
And we both answering at the same time.
So it's gonna be directed at both of you guys.
Okay.
And then Nico's gonna go after.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a same who's that guy but different kind of format. Different information.
Okay.
Right. All right.
Because Nico's always difficult.
All right.
Ask Molly.
So this.
Shout out Molly.
this-
Shout out Molly Bird. Shout out Molly Bird.
wow. First one up. This should be relatively easy. He was drafted in the 2016 draft. He is a receiver, and he went to Ole Miss.
Oh, TK Metcalf or
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown.
Like one of them. Yeah.
It was,
All right.
yeah.
And that's number one.
Yeah.
That's number one.
Yeah. I
So-
can't remember.
So now we're gonna get a little.
AJ Brown came out of the 2016 draft.
I didn't even realize he'd been in the league that long.
I think he came out of the 19 draft,
because
right?
he was only
Was he the
3
19
years.
draft?
Yeah, because it was 3 years. He just got
He's
his
still on
contract.
a rookie deal, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
I got the numbers wrong.
He must have started college in 16.
He started college in
Okay.
16.
Okay.
That's my
Yeah.
typo.
So I was like, yeah, he's fairly still young.
Yeah, he started. So he started at Ole Miss in 2016.
He would have been like 30.
Yeah, he's 25. He's only
Yeah.
a year older than us. All right, this one he is no longer
I just want to say that he only said you too because he knows he's younger than me because I'm old.
Old man.
But continue what you were saying.
All right, so that was number one, relatively easy. I was gonna. So if you guys didn't get it, I was gonna throw out his nickname. His nickname is Swole Batman.
So you didn't know. I never heard of Swole Batman, but you didn't hear of Skinny Batman, so that kind of cancels out.
Counteracts. Yeah.
I've never heard of Batman being skinny.
All right, so this guy. So if you are a Bills fan, and you went through the drought, you know who this is.
Probably do.
You know who this is. He was a quarterback
I'm not a Bills fan, by the way.
out of.
Trent Edwards.
Damn.
Was it Trent Edwards?
Yes. Yeah, I was about to go Kyle, but you were about to get a lot of just.
Moving on. It was Trent Edwards.
Let's go!
I didn't even get to say anything. I just said.
The only hint I needed was Bill's quarterback drought.
I said drought.
You can't
Bills
do that.
quarterback.
You can't do that. It's too
What do you
easy.
mean? There's
Because
like 10 quarterbacks.
But we gotta remember, we are local people. Like we know.
There are so
I
many
don't even.
damn awful quarterbacks.
That's what I'm saying.
EJ Manuel,
We would have got there really fast, regardless.
Chad.
We would have got there. I would have because he would have went back and forth. We would have went back and forth. Honestly, I'm not even a Bills fan.
Wasn't there Collins somebody or
We
I forget them all.
Todd Collins.
Todd Collins.
He's a West
that's right.
Coast guy. He's an East Coast
Big,
guy.
trunky West
He's
Coast
a
guy.
quarterback's
Shout out Colin
coach
Coward.
guy. Like, he's
Colin
everything
Coward.
they would sell us.
Colin Coward.
That one, I'm surprised you got that so fast. I didn't even give any info. I just said quarterback. Bills quarterback drought. And he said Trent Edwards. All right.
I miss you.
Wait, we're on the. We've been doing the podcast for so long.
I ain't
we're
gonna
on the
front though.
telepathic
This
level.
might be what do they call it? A non-hot take,
A cold take?
whatever. I don't know.
A not hot take. A
Kinda
lukewarm take.
I kind of miss those drought days sometimes.
What?
No, okay.
I don't miss those drought
I
days.
know you don't, but it was kind of fun, like rooting for them because they were so bad. So you were like, you didn't.
But
have
now they're doing
expectations.
good, and so
you
you.
didn't have no expectations for the Bills. You
Yeah,
were just
low
like,
pressure.
it was
There's no
low
pressure on
And
you.
I was like,
I-
I remember that.
I get what you're saying.
If they won, great. If not, well, they
Exactly.
weren't probably going to win anyway.
Yeah.
You know? Now everybody's like, they gotta win. The
Exactly.
window's closing. Like it's just everybody's nasty again. Like it's the early '90s.
Rantel
when they
understands.
lose.
It was even
Because I lived it, man. I was like a substitute teacher in a couple of the years, and if they lost on a Sunday, like I didn't answer the phone on Monday morning. I can't go sub today. 'Cause I'm just gonna, I'll probably murder a gas skill kid or something. So I'm just gonna sleep in and just be miserable, not listen to the radio.
I would like to add, if you already know me, you know that I'm a Vikings fan. So I also,
It was easy for you to root for them when they weren't a threat, right?
I mean, regardless, I've always had a losing team. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not always like I've always had winning teams.
Cut from the same cloth.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I've been watching the Bills because it's the local team, regardless, and I know the roster, even though I'm not a Bills fan. But it's kind of I was like, damn, like I just wanted them to do.
You know, you can't really help it. It's just like that's all they ever talk about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I had no chance.
No chance.
Is what you got.
Damn. Well, all right. Well, we're gonna move on to the next one. I'm surprised, man. I barely even gave out information.
The next one's gonna be like he's and you're gonna have the thing like he's gonna get like 2 words in. It's a guy, and he's gonna
It's a
have
guy.
It's a guy.
I feel like
Thurman
an
Thomas.
encyclopedia. Yeah.
It's like he's
All
right.
So we have another guy.
AB.
No. he's
Kim Pagula.
he's technically he's not retired. He's a free agent.
Julio Jones.
Okay.
He's a free agent. No. He was a 7th round pick in the 2005 draft by the St. Louis Rams.
He's a free agent.
He's a free agent now.
He technically is not. What's the last team he played for? Can I get that?
No.
Oh damn.
Okay, so St. Louis Rams 2005.
And he is a quarterback.
He's a quarterback.
He's a quarterback.
I'm gonna say Josh McCown.
No.
Oh no, Josh McCown officially retired, right?
He's officially retired. Okay. He retired probably like.
Trying to think of old quarterbacks.
It's not Fitzpatrick.
Is it?
Is it Ryan Fitzpatrick?
It is Ryan Fitzpatrick.
It's Ryan Fitzpatrick. Yeah, 2007. Okay, yeah, 7th round, 2005,
It is Ryan
7th round draft pick
Fitzpatrick.
I was
out of
like-
Harvard. Yep.
He is
Wow,
a
yeah.
7th round pick out of Harvard in 2005. He was drafted by the St. Louis Rams. He is technically, I'm pretty sure he's technically still a free agent.
Yeah, I think I never saw him announce his
He's
He's
return.
not. Yeah, I don't think
Nah, he
he
doesn't.
last played in 2021.
Yeah, what did he play for?
Washington.
Washington. Yeah.
Okay.
He's still active, but he's been doing more of
Been doing some analyst roles, right?
Yeah.
You think
Okay.
you think I wouldn't have got because I think he Amazon if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Yeah.
You think I wouldn't have got it if you would have said you would think I would have got it faster if you said the Commanders?
Yes. You probably would have because
I don't know if I would have. I forgot that he was on the Commanders.
I think last time I remember honestly might have been the Bucks.
I was thinking Dolphins
Miami,
or Bucks.
Miami.
I would
Yeah,
I would have
Miami.
thought the Dolphins as well.
Yeah, I'm
I
sorry.
forgot about the Commanders, but so did everybody.
I like this game. Who's next?
Alrighty. So,
Who came up with it?
Taj, if you don't get this one,
He's a Vikings player.
Yeah, exactly.
Kenny Stabler.
It's Justin Jefferson.
Randy Moss.
he
Chris
is also
Carter.
he is his nickname
Harrison Smith.
is Purple Jesus.
Purple Jesus. Jared Allen. No.
Purple Jesus.
Purple Jesus.
He's a Viking name. Is he a current player?
Not current, but he is he is a Viking. He's a Viking at heart.
Viking at heart.
Viking. So he's like a when you see him, he's a Viking. Like he's a Viking legend. Like he's played mostly with Minnesota. He's known for being with Minnesota.
I thought you meant Randy Moss, but
Purple Jesus.
Dante. No.
Years active. Can we get that?
Cunningham. Randall Cunningham.
He's
No?
38 years old.
38 years old.
38 years
so
old.
Adrian Peterson?
Adrian Peterson.
That's his nickname?
So
who ever called him that?
so he has 2 nicknames. Is listed here. All day And Purple
I would
Jesus.
got all
Purple
day.
Jesus. I don't.
Purple Jesus.
See,
all
like if
day.
you say like,
I
I'm
would go all
thinking
day.
like like Jake Krumero, his nickname is like
Touchdown Jesus.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was thinking like the hair and like he physically looked like the Western image
Exactly.
of Jesus.
I'm thinking of a white man with
Right.
a curl. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna get political in here. I'm not gonna get political in here. But
I googled Purple Jesus, and it's a drink.
It's a drink?
It's a drink. Yes,
drink.
it's
Nico,
it's you can use Texas Tito's or Deep Eddy,
Okay.
3 ounces of grape juice, 2 ounces of ginger ale, and garnish with red grapes.
honestly,
That
sounds like
sounds
something I would
really
drink.
good.
I would drink that.
Sounds valid. Yeah.
I would drink that. I'm not gonna lie.
That sounds
You
pretty
had,
So-
good.
you had me a grape.
When I looked him up, though, those were his 2 nicknames. Everybody would have guessed All Day,
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would.
but they said All Day and Purple Jesus.
I like
So
Purple
the
Jesus
lesser
better.
known
I wish that would have stuck.
I came with this.
Purple Jesus is great.
I was about to just start naming off everybody.
All right.
You
Next.
start with Kenny Stapler,
I was about to be
1976.
like Christian Ponder.
Christian Ponder. Purple Jesus. All right. This next guy.
This shows us not. This isn't even a show anymore. I don't even know what this is.
All right. This next one. This is a coach.
Okay.
We're doing a coach.
All right.
He started off with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2008 as an offensive assistant. Then he went to coach the Washington
Oh,
Commanders.
oh, this is easy.
It's easy?
Yeah, Kyle Shanahan.
No.
No. Oh,
Ooh, that's a good guess. I was
Washington as an offensive assistant. Then he was the tight ends coach for Washington.
Jim Harbaugh.
No. And then he became the offensive coordinator for Washington. And then he got his first head coaching gig.
is he currently a head coach right now?
He is currently a head coach right now.
He's a first-time head coach right now.
Yes.
Oh, why am I? I'm drawing a blank.
First time head coach.
Gannon.
No.
Uh,
He is
Miami coach?
No, that was Mike McDaniel went
Mike
to.
McDaniel.
I know he's
He
from
was
San. He did
yeah.
San Fran. but I didn't know
He's been to 1 Super Bowl.
been to not one.
Not one. He's been to one.
Not with the Commanders.
Not with Commanders, but he
No.
got a job with a new team.
With the team he's got the Super. He went.
He
to
went to the Super Bowl.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's the Rams. Sean McVay.
Sean McVay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Sean
yeah.
McVay.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, because I forgot him and Kyle Shanahan were together. And, yeah.
Okay, I was thrown off because I said, "Is he a first-time head coach?" And so I was thinking of all like the
Yes.
rookie head coaches.
Yeah, he still is. He's a
First
first
of
time
all,
head coach.
first of all, he went to the
I
Super Bowl
see,
twice.
He's
Yeah.
still
He went
in
to
his
Super Bowl
first
twice.
gig.
What?
He went to Super Bowl twice.
Twice.
Yes.
With the Rams?
Yes.
Yeah, 2018, and then
2018.
and then with the
lost-
Bengals and the Rams
Yeah, they
when they
lost-
won the Super Bowl.
He did 2 Super Bowls.
Gosh, Michael.
Sorry.
You're cheating.
Sorry.
You're
I'm not cheating. I'm not cheating, but still. Okay.
You're cheating.
I have one last one.
All right.
He is an active player.
Okay.
He was the 16th overall pick in the 2018 draft.
Tremaine Edmonds. That's easy.
All right. That's all I got. Anything Bills related, like the 2 Bills ones I had, he got. Like I didn't even have to.
Do you guys
like,
move up for that pick, or did you?
Yeah, we moved up because
Okay, yeah,
we moved up into the first round again.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was the pick that we got from that. I believe was from the pick package that we got for when the Chiefs traded up for Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
So it was
No.
interesting how it all kind of
'cause
played
it was,
full
it
circle.
Was, it was Trey White that year, and then the next
And then
year.
Josh Allen
Yeah,
was used.
yeah.
Some of those picks were used as ammo, and then Tremaine Edmonds was also used.
Why do I know so much Bills history? Man? It's not my team.
Anything else? I feel like I should have. You would have got like instantly, but you still got it instantly. So I mean, it's all right.
So
You
I
probably
have-
should have did like 2014 or something like that. Like
I mean, I threw it around.
yeah, he did. He had Trent Edwards. And
I had Trent Edwards. Trent Edwards
I
like
just
a
didn't
2000.
even give him a chance to
He
flesh it
didn't
out.
even give me a chance. I really thought that was gonna be like a good like
he thought he
curveball.
was about to grin and have a little. No,
Yeah,
So
I
I
got
gotta-
it.
I got to.
you got us with Sean McVay though.
I
Yeah,
did.
that was a good one.
did.
That was a really
Well,
good
in my in your guys' defense, I messed up. I thought he only went to the 1 Super Bowl.
Goofed.
He didn't win.
I don't
Super
think
Bowl.
that would have made that much of a difference. 'Cause
Yeah,
that wasn't
I
the
wasn't
first.
thinking
That
Super
wasn't
Bowl.
the
Because I don't
first.
think you did. You say he won the Super Bowl though?
He's been to 2 Super Bowls. I said he only went to 1, but he didn't win it though.
I wasn't dwelling on the Super Bowl thought. I was dwelling on the first-time head coach.
Yeah.
And then
I
so-
meant like first time head coach. Like he's only been a head coach like for 1 team.
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
So
That's the way I read it. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I didn't think of it like
too.
he was a rookie coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a new list of I have 5 players, and so for my guess, who's that guy?
Did you change it after seeing news?
No, actually, none of our players overlapped. Which
Okay,
is great.
that's great.
I'm gonna give you guys the years that they played with the team. They're all active players.
All
So
active? Okay.
it's kind of even playing field, and then if you guys start to get stumped, I'll give you guys the hint of their position.
Hopefully it's no Bills because I'll probably do the same thing.
I didn't do anyone with Bills.
Oh, okay. This is gonna be good.
So all right, player 1. He spent 2016 to 2020 with the Philadelphia Eagles. He spent 2021 with the Colts. And he spent 2022 with the Commanders.
Carson Wentz.
Oh,
Carson
dang, I
Wentz.
was just about to say it.
Ding.
I was
Ding, ding, ding.
just about
Carson
to say
Wentz.
it.
All right. Player 2. He has spent 2013 through 2017 with the Cardinals. He spent 2018 with the Texans. 2019 to 2021 with the Chiefs. And from 2022 on with the Saints.
Did he go to college or no?
I could pull up his college real quick.
He said Cardinals first team.
Cardinals was the first team. yeah.
Cardinals first team.
LSU.
Tyrann
Oh.
Matthew.
Why do you keep doing this to me?
Well, I'm sorry.
I was just about to say it. I was like, LSU, Tyrann Matthew. Yeah.
I'm gonna close my laptop just so you guys know.
Michael, you're killing me.
I'm sorry.
Player 3. This one's kind of easy.
Okay.
2016 to 2019 with the Jaguars. Then 2019 to 2022 with the Rams.
Oh, Jaguars, then Rams. Oh, Jalen Ramsey.
Bingo. Spent and now is with the Dolphins. That was going to be my next,
Yeah.
but
If you said Dolphins, I would have got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right, 2-1.
I'm not winning this.
Well, here we go.
You about to say a Vikings
Player number 4. Spent 2013 to 2016
Stephon
with the
Diggs.
Vikings. 2013 to 2016 with the Vikings. 2017 with the Raiders. 2018 with the Patriots. 2019 and 2020 with the Bears. And 2021 to now with the Falcons.
Oh, Kadef Patterson.
Got him.
Got him.
Cordell Patterson. Okay, it's 2-2.
I don't know why I was gonna say Muhammad Sun. I don't know why that name was in my head.
I'm sitting
Falcons, Muhammad Sanu.
like, it's really funny. He really had a second career. That's so
thing.
different. I've never seen a player do that, like something like that.
Wait till you guys. Okay, so this is for all the marbles. This is a fun one.
Taj.
Player number 5 spent 2015 with the Browns, 2015 with the Dolphins, and 2015 with the Ravens. He spent 2016 with the Bears and also spent time in 2016 with the 49ers. Then from 2017 to
Did he
2020.
start his career in 2015?
Started in 2015.
Oh Lord,
This guy stinks.
that's what I'm getting.
And then spent 2017 to 2021 with the
Damn,
49ers.
Jimmy Ward.
Kittle,
Jerick McKinnon.
Fred Warner. And wait, you said how long with the 49ers?
He went there in 2016, then went back from 2017 to 2021.
Save the teams again. I'm sorry.
2015, he was with the Browns, Dolphins, and Ravens. 2016, he was with the Bears and the 49ers. And then 2017 to 2021 was all with the 49ers. In 2022 to now, he is currently a Dolphin.
Jarvis Landry. No.
Raheem
Mostert.
Oh, I said it first. No, I said it first. I said it. Yo, play back. I said Mostert. I said it at the same time.
Can we get another tiebreaker?
Oh, I got it. All right, I'll pull one up.
I feel like Taj was first.
I was
but
I said
I
Mostert.
kind of felt
And
like
then
he
you
kind of got
literally
it out
just,
first.
Like you yelling it.
He started to say the last name as you started saying the first name.
Exactly. Oh, Mostert. Yeah.
I said Raheem, and then you said
This
Mostert.
I think what you'll need to do with that, Nico, is you'll definitely need to edit that as, one of your reels or TikToks, and not the TikToks. Put it on the Google and the YouTube, and then let people decide for themselves, watching the replay, who won.
Who won?
Because I think you tried to say the whole name and you came out with the last name right away. But I feel like you started with the last name first.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the rules were, if you had to have the whole name or if the last name suffices.
Most people we were saying the whole name.
We need
So,
the little small print from now on with these quizzes.
I mean, most people we were saying the whole thing. I said Cordell Patterson. I said Sean McVay. You said
So we're gonna null that one, and we're gonna do an in-game tiebreaker.
Oh my God.
Okay.
So I got a player here.
You can't.
You can't. I don't have his name up on the screen, so
Okay.
you can't see it.
It's not. You sure it's not up in the tab?
Did you see it?
Maybe. No, I'm playing. I'm kidding.
It's Tosh cheating.
I'm kidding.
All right. He spent 2010 to 2013 with the Steelers. He spent 2014 to 2018 into 2019 with the Broncos.
Manuel Sanders.
Let's
go.
I wouldn't have got that. If you
I didn't
said,
even get through.
If you said Bills, I might have got that one.
Well, he was going to go all the way down to then in 2019 also
San
spent time
Fran?
in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And then went to New Orleans for a year. And
I forgot
then
he
played a
played.
year in Buffalo. And then he retired.
That's a journeyman.
That was a good one. That is. But
I really
elite production for a journeyman.
facts. I do like Emmanuel Sanders. I always have.
I know that like pattern, the Manuel Sanders pattern.
I actually never knew he started off with the
Steelers.
He was nice.
Mike
with
Tomlin set him up for success, I believe.
It was him and AB. At one point. I'm pretty sure they
4
had.
years with Pittsburgh.
2010 to 2013.
6 years with
something like
Denver.
that.
Did he win a Super Bowl in 20? What was that? 2020?
He won in Denver.
Well, you said can't remember. Did Steelers win in 2009 or 2010? I can't remember.
Let's see. He is a one-time Super Bowl champ, so it would have just been with the Broncos. That was a fun game.
That was fun. I had fun. Yeah. That Raheem Mostert one. Like I said Ruh.
Camera on me.
It was a
I literally said Ruh, and he said Mo.
I do not like losing. That's it. That's all I have.
You want to play a different game?
Do you have something
Do we have
ready?
another game?
I don't know.
That's all right, dude.
This is the game episode.
Anyway, all right. Let's move on.
All right, so we're gonna go on, and we're gonna debate. So we've been debating position groups last couple episodes, ever since the draft ended, and so now we're gonna move on to top 5 tight ends. Currently right now, as of May 17th, 2023, top 5 tight ends.
Well, I think.
What you think?
I think T.J. Hawkinson is number 1.
All right.
Says the Vikings.
So I mean, this is more of like a combination of like personal opinion and like who's actually the best.
Yeah, I'm kidding, obviously. But we know.
I hope.
Number 1 is this. It's. Come on.
Say it.
Come on.
We all know who number 1 is.
It's not even
It's
close.
Travis Kelce.
It's got to be. I mean, can we just all agree that Travis Kelce's number 1?
Yeah.
Okay, Kelsey's number 1.
It's not even close.
All right. Nico. Top 5 tight ends.
So my number 2 right now.
Better be the same as mine.
So 2 through 5 honestly could probably get bounced around. I think we had the same issue with running backs too. And quarterbacks, it's all the same.
I don't know. You didn't have Nick Chubb in your top 5.
Oh, you know what? No, yeah, not with running backs. Running backs was up. That was.
You had Josh Jacobs one.
Josh Jacobs was my number 1. I'm thinking quarterbacks.
High up Josh Jacobs, huh? I do like.
He's
Josh
my number
Jacobs.
1 quarterback or number 1 running back. In
I
the
mean,
league
he had
right
a phenomenal year last year.
now. Right.
But
right now is
but
the
but also I feel like running backs. It just depends on the situation.
Oh, definitely. So my number 2 right now. Give me George Kittle.
Thank you. Same.
I think George Kittle still is deserving of that spot. I think the first half of the year last year he was being underutilized.
Oh my gosh! I had
he
him
was.
in the league.
They didn't have a. I mean, they didn't have a tackle, so he was essentially playing tackle for them more often than not. And as soon as Brock Purdy came in, as soon as name's drawing a blank, as soon as he came back, Kittle was back to his mainline receiving role.
Yeah, it was.
And
It
he popped
was
up.
very. It was helped me later in the year as far as fantasy.
Number 3 for me right now, I'm going to take Darren Waller. So for me, Darren Waller right now, he's going into a better quarterback situation than he was prior, and you could even argue that he's going into his best quarterback situation, which is wild to say about Daniel Jones. If we talked about this just a year ago,
Jones, huh?
I am very high on Daniel Jones. I think I showed you that segment of when me and Mike were going back and forth. About
I said Dak.
I said Dak
Dak
too.
or Daniel Jones. I'm high on Daniel Jones. So
I mean,
he's going into a good offense and a great mind in Brian Daboll, and I think they're going to be able to utilize him, and he's going to be their number 1 weapon.
actually, I think he's just high on the Bills. To be honest, he might be just high on the Bills. Now that you just mentioned Dayball, you just had to throw that in there.
Yeah, I mean, he is the head coach of.
Great offensive mind.
Number 4, I'm going to take Mark Andrews. I think, since coming into the draft in 2018, he has been Lamar Jackson's lifeline. I think, especially now that there's more receiving help along on the perimeter, he's gonna, things are gonna open up for him. And
it's really hard to make your primary player your tight end. It's really hard.
So now that some of that pressure is going to be taken off of him, he'll be able to kind of open up down the middle and even become more of a vertical threat too.
Yeah.
Number 5 is tough because there's a lot of solid tight ends in this tier. I'm probably gonna have to go. It's a split right now for me between T.J. Hawkinson and Dallas Goedert.
Fair.
I think it'd be really 5A and 5B. Both are phenomenal receivers in really good situations now. I think right now who I think will perform better from a fantasy standpoint, year start to year finish, will be Dallas Goedert because of the quarterback play. But I think you're going to, especially if we're talking fantasy, you're going to see them go around the same time in drafts. But I think they'll have similar stat lines come the end of next year. So Kelsey, Kittle, Waller, Andrews, and then Goddard or Hawkinson.
All right. Well, mine's a little bit different.
All right.
I mean, so we basically have the same. So we have the same 5 players
in different order.
In different order. Goddard. So I'm gonna start from. So we already said Kelsey, so I'll start 1 to 5. So number 1, obviously Travis Kelsey. We already just said that. Number 2 for me, I like Mark Andrews. Number 2, to be honest. He, as you said, he's been Lamar Jackson's lifeline. Since he's been drafted, he has been the guy as far as pass catchers in Baltimore. I mean, they have, and even now coming into this year, they drafted Zay Flowers. They signed Odell Beckham. They have Rashad Bateman coming back. For me, I don't know. You guys might have a little bit of a.
I mean, they're not gonna have the most chemistry out of all of them, all that you just mentioned. So
that's what I'm saying. My thing is though, Zay Flowers is new, so we don't really know.
That's a good point.
We don't really know what we have with Zay Flowers yet. Odell Beckham, I'm on the fence.
Yeah,
because I feel like you're either gonna get someone close to his prime or someone who is just unusable.
You're either gonna get Falcons Julio Jones or Titans
Julio Jones. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he could replicate what he did with the Giants, in his prime, those prime the catch years. But
I think he could be productive.
He could be.
I think the Rams showed us a role that he can potentially do because he wasn't obviously the primary because that was Cooper Kupp, but he complemented the primary player way more. You know what I mean? It just gave him a second option and then grabbed a lot of attention in order to Cooper Kupp to continue to have a phenomenal year, even though he was already having a good year. But it just helped. It just complemented him. I think he can do the same thing.
Yeah, and then we're either gonna get great Odell Beckham or we're gonna get scary Odell Beckham where he's barely going to be an asset. And then Rashad Bateman, He has the potential.
I
We've
think
seen him
he
in
would-
flashes.
hate.
Great third option, actually.
Yeah.
Third or fourth option.
He is, and you know what? I do have to give him credit where credit's due. We talked about it last week too. We made a post kind of complimenting the Ravens offense, and then I left out Rashad Bateman.
You left off.
and then Ravens fans were coming at me saying like, "You left off Rashad Bateman."
Why would you do that? I would never. All right, guys. I would never.
But yeah, I mean, Rashad Bateman in the couple games that we saw him last year, especially that Miami game.
He just got to stay healthy.
Yeah, if he stays healthy, then he's gonna be great. But I just think Mark Andrews in that offense is Mr. Reliable, and he's shown in and out that he has the makings of being the top 3 tight end in the NFL.
Yeah.
I almost said top tight end, but I can't put anybody over Kelsey. I almost said, words almost came out of my mouth. But we live in a world with Travis Kelsey.
Yeah, but he gets not overused, but he gets used so much in that offense. Literally, he literally be just sitting by himself in the middle of the field, and you just wonder how did you let him?
Best route running tight end we've ever seen.
But
so they have Mark Andrews for 2 for me. Kittle. So Kittle 2 and 3 can interchange for me. I have Kittle at 3 just because of the little bit of uncertainty with quarterback coming into this year with San Francisco. I mean, Brock Purdy's coming off his elbow injury. Trey Lance. It's a quarterback carousel right now in San Francisco, to be honest. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired of San Fran. You want to be this guy to be the guy so much, and it just irritates me because they want him to be the guy so much, and it's just you're forcing.
You're talking Brock Purdy?
No,
Or you're talking Trey Lance?
They want him to be the guy so much because they put so much stock into him. They continue to keep trying him. Obviously, he has been injured for 2 years and everything, but and then they spent so much. They spent three picks on him.
I think
2
or 3 first round.
I think it was 2 first rounds and a swap, or it could be 3. It was either one or the other.
So they want him to be the guy, and they just keep getting him chance. But also even before they even made that trade, they didn't have much to work off with him. They just have somebody that has a great upside, and it's just
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, we still don't really know what he has.
exactly. But you know what you have with Brock Purdy. But
You
I don't even know if you do or not.
You do, but we just don't know how he's going to be after the injury.
That's true.
That's a fact.
yeah.
That's a fact.
That's what I'll say.
But it is also, I think, like what you're saying, that's a system where it's a very quarterback friendly system where
It is.
People are saying that Sam Darnold looks like the best thrower so far now.
So then that's where I'm about to go. If Sam Darnold ends up being the quarterback at some point, then here's the thing: I am not a Sam Darnold guy.
I love Kyle Shanahan.
I am not a Sam Darnold guy. I know this offense is designed for quarterbacks, but Sam Darnold, we've seen it with the Jets and we see it with Panthers. He flopped with both. It's just, I think it's a him thing. So if Sam Darnold is quarterbacking a good amount of this season,
I think he's in the best position possible.
This
is the best position he's
this
been
is
in.
the last chance
Because
for
you
him.
got last chance, but you I don't even think unless you were in the Chiefs offense, I don't think you get any better coach to be your coach as far as teach just as far as giving
Shanahan is a guru.
Working with whatever you're good at and whatever you're bad at. He just works with your weaknesses and your
I will
strengths.
agree. Sam Darnold is in the best position that he has been in his career, but I just still think it's a him thing. I just don't think he's that good. So if he's quarterbacking at some point this season, then definitely Kittle, 3 to 5. But I'm putting Kittle, here at 3. They say Brock Purdy's going to be ready by training camp. Hopefully, that's the assumption right now.
Mm-hmm.
The prediction.
When did he have surgery? Immediately after?
I think he had it right after that game because
Okay.
he got eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had it a couple weeks after. I want to say. So he's primed to be ready by training camp. It all just depends on if he has a setback or not. Number 4, I have your guy T.J. Hawkinson.
Okay.
I like T.J. Hawkinson a lot. I really liked him in Detroit. He went to Minnesota, and I thought, he was going to go. The trade, initially, I was like, I didn't really like it for him because of you have Jettas, you have Thielen. You just have a lot of mouths to feed in Minnesota. But then he went there and
I think he revitalized the offense as far as.
he brought a new dimension to the offense.
I would say that the only reason I say that because we obviously had Jettas and he was having a great year so far, but Thielen he fell off, and it was like hard to really have another target because Thielen he was getting 3 to 4 balls a game, and I'm sitting there like, oh my god, this is really hard.
He brought another phase of the offense that I felt you guys
at the right time.
Yeah. Because, you guys have been, hoping for Irv Smith to kind of pan out, and he just hasn't. And so, you get a guy like Hawkinson. With Detroit, he was amazing. He's still amazing in Minnesota. I think he's a top 5 tight end. I'm putting him number 4. And I like his stock a little bit better now. I mean, they did draft Jordan Addison. Mm-hmm. They do have KJ Osborne. But, I mean, KJ Osborne has shown his flashes, but can he be a number 2?
Nah, that's the scary thing about him.
It could be like a Gabe Davis situation.
I was just about to say that. that.
It could be like a Gabe Davis situation. He goes to number 2.
When you get the opportunity, you just weren't able to flourish.
You could be number 2, and then your play goes down. Mm-hmm. So I like Hawkinson right now as number 4. The number 5, I'm gonna go Darren Waller. In years past, he's been like my number 3, number 4. He's only dropping down to number 5. Not that I talked about it on the show before with Daniel Jones, as I need to see more of him as a passer. I think him as he's a great dual threat quarterback. I just want to see, that's the reason why I picked Dak over him in our debate was because I just dual threat wise he's been great. He's rushing, he's been amazing. I just want to see a little bit more passing.
I mean, to kind of combat that a little bit, I don't feel like the Giants really had a really good chance as far as passing wise because his weaponry was just off. Like people got hurt, people got traded. Like it was just a lot going on.
Kenny Galladay was Kenny Galladay.
Yeah, exactly. So it was just like it really was hard for him to even have anything when you got people consistently going in and out of the.
I agree. I agree. But that's the thing though is we're gonna see Daniel Jones now with a legitimate weapon at tight end. So. I just it's more of like I need to see it to believe it for me. And then if it pans out, Darren Waller could be number 3 come next season for me. When we have this discussion again, it's right now. In more of a run heavier offense, I just want to see Daniel Jones more.
I mean, to be honest, in the last 3-4 years, it's been the same tight ends. As far as like who's in the top 5,
they've just been interchangeable.
It's been interchangeable. Kelsey's pretty much been number 1 the whole time. At one point, Kittle was.
Kittle was like, oh.
Yeah, Kittle was he was getting up there, but
it's kind of like the Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes conversation, where it's like at one point Josh Allen was like
looking like that dude, but
then Patrick Mahomes was Patrick Mahomes.
Hey,
that's really like nothing on Josh Allen.
And I was like, is Jalen Hurts better than Josh Allen?
I'm kidding. And then my honorable mention is Dallas Goedert.
Okay.
I really liked Dallas Goedert.
Same 6 players.
Yeah, Dallas Goedert stepping up in the Philadelphia offense. Even with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, I thought he looked great.
Yeah, I think going behind Ertz for that time being, I think it definitely helped him.
Definitely.
And I think that's why Zach Ertz is not a Philadelphia Eagle. No, it's not completely why. I mean, there's probably like some cap.
They were definitely confident with.
Yeah, but it definitely helped. If you're watching somebody and then at one point they were kind of a dual threat. It was kind of like, okay.
It was a point where like a couple seasons ago it was like why do we have Zach Ertz who is like almost like he's in his 30s. Mm-hmm. Why do we have Zach Ertz when we literally have the same exact could get the same exact production or better from this younger guy?
Mm-hmm.
That was my thing.
Yeah.
And so then finally they cut ties. He went to Arizona, and he just hasn't really been on the field that much. With
Shout
Arizona.
out Kyler Murray.
But yeah, we basically have the same 6 guys. But yeah, Kelsey number 1. It's just
nothing else. Kelsey number 1.
It's not even fair, man.
From a fantasy perspective, where do we draft these guys? Kelsey, you can still argue for having a first round pick with late on the turn 1 to 2.
I think Kyle Pitts ekes his way into like the top 5 fantasy tight ends because it's more of like especially for like dynasty.
Yeah.
As well, dynasty, I'd probably put Kyle Pitts as a top 5 dynasty tight end to be drafted.
I think I have him in dynasty, and I'm like, It's just.
I think a lot of people with Kyle Pitts, and Kyle Pitts, he's
You're
probably
waiting.
like he's probably like 7 or 8 for me. It's just like it's that potential. It's that like
You're waiting.
it's like we keep trying to have this like him step up as like a top tier tight end.
Exactly.
It's just like I'm not saying he's been bad, but he's just
not been.
He's been okay.
Yeah, he's not been
okay.
the guy.
So I think we'll see Kyle Pitts be like the 4th tight end off the board. You'll see like a guy like maybe Darren Waller like slides or Dallas Goedert will be like a 6th rounder.
But Kelsey usually going. But after
Kelsey,
the first or second round, usually he's going.
Kelsey, he's not escaping the 1st round in my mind unless there's a run on quarterbacks for some reason because it does get some leagues get a little crazy. They might have
Nico.
like they might have like a Mahomes and Allen go in the 1st round. That shakes up things a little bit. But I've seen Kelsey. Even like I've done a couple of mocks so far this year, I've seen Kelsey go as early as like 5 or 6.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a consistent like 16 to 22 points a game guy, and that's exactly what you're looking for in a 1st round pick.
Yeah, I made a trade in Jules' Dynasty League, and he traded me Brock Purdy, Travis Kelce, and there was another guy. Or no, it was Kelsey, Purdy, and he had pick 110, and I gave him pick 102.
For all that.
Mm-hmm. And I think I gave him something else, but it wasn't. Let me double check. But
did you draft already?
No, we didn't draft already. So
What do you think he's going to give you? I mean,
what
what do you think he's going to get with that?
Well, he's gonna go quarterback, for sure. I mean, Dynasty. Well, I don't really want to give out what I'm doing, because I have one.
Do coach speak here?
Yeah, I have 1, 3, 9, and 10 in the
Currently
Dynasty.
in this. Wow.
I have those 4 1st-round picks because I traded Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It is not loading for me. But it was basically Purdy, Kelsey, and 10, and he moved up in got 2 from me, picked 102, and he got another piece for me. I don't know what it was.
So you had at one point 2, 3.
I had 1, 2, 3, and 9.
Wow.
And so then I traded back from 2 to 9. I'm pretty sure I just gave him. All right, I have it right here. Oh, okay. So I gave him 102 and Dallas Goedert for Kelsey, Purdy, and pick 110.
That's a solid pick for you, especially having 1 and 3.
If I didn't have 1 and 3, I probably would have held on to Goddard and that pick, or vice versa. But I mean, Purdy.
Who's your running backs in this league?
My running backs?
Yes.
Eckler, Cook, Connor, Montgomery.
What's your wide receivers?
Receivers: Amon-Ra, Marquise Brown, George Pickens.
Let me guess what you're gonna go with.
Mike Thomas. Darnell Mooney.
Let me guess what you're drafting.
1, 3, 9, and 10.
I can tell you. I can know what you're drafting 1 and 3.
Okay. Sir.
Oh,
I don't know. I thought you were gonna say it.
I wasn't gonna say it. No. You said you want to keep it secret. I'm not going.
Go off
I'm not.
off the show.
Yeah, I go off here.
I thought you were about to name him.
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
Oh.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Oh, all right. Yeah, that's basically yeah. So, I got that trade. But Kelsey, I saw Kelsey. I'm like, even in Dynasty, he's 33, right?
Overall,
he's 33 years old.
Oh.
I still think he has, a couple more years of solid play in him.
2 to 3.
Yeah. In Dynasty, you could, especially with the tight ends in this draft, I could probably get a guy in like the 2nd round, if I wanted to.
For you, I'm looking at I don't know if I'm going to say them, but there are some guys on here that you could get at that turn.
So I'm feeling it was a good tight end class in this past NFL draft. So I could get his replacement too. We don't know. So
looking at you guys, I wonder who that would be.
I don't know. But yeah. So that was our top 5 tight ends. And then lastly, before we go, we did have the NFL schedule come out. It came out on Thursday. Our show was Wednesday last week, so we didn't really get to recap. We were able to explain the the games that were released, like the New Year's game and like a Christmas game, and so forth. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about it. Taj, are you going to any Vikings games this year?
I don't have any. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I mean,
I don't know. I mean, you like to travel. I don't know. That's a question.
I mean, it hasn't come up at any point as far as a conversation with anybody. So, but if it does, I mean, I wouldn't. I would want to. Like, I'm a big Viking fan. I would travel to go watch a team. I know there's a few games that I am interested in. Mm-hmm. We're playing the Eagles again, and I want revenge. Shout out to Reno. But and we got a few other games that I was like, okay, but I feel like our schedule is fairly easy. I feel like our division is wide open, and with the Green Bay, they're kind of in the rebuilding process. Mm-hmm. Detroit, they're a scary team. They're a very scary team. Mm-hmm. They made a lot of good moves in the draft, and then Chicago is another team that's still trying to rebuild and everything. And I think they did an awesome job in the draft, but I think I'm confident in my team. I think we can end up going like 10-7.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Speaking of the Lions, Lions Chiefs week 1.
Yeah.
I was expecting Josh Allen versus Mahomes week 1 or Herbert versus Mahomes week 1, but yeah, they went with the Detroit Lions route. I was a little surprised, but as you said, Detroit's an up and coming team. They had they're a little scary. So that week 1 game, that's going to be offensive fireworks.
Can I say one thing?
Yes.
I've never been a fan of this guy, and I have never been scared of Jared Goff until I'm like, what happened? Like, because I was like.
He's on his revenge tour.
Like I literally was like, this guy. I think it's just the offense that works well for him with the Rams and everything. And I thought he had a great coach, but he's like. This past year, just showed me that this dude he got no quit in him.
Yeah,
he really has no quit.
Yeah, it's been a good story for him. And I think it's just all around Detroit. Just there's not really like a spot on that offense where you're like, receiver now is a little bit of a question mark outside of Monroe because of what happened with like Jameson Williams, but they got a good. They got a good
young core.
Good young core. And so, in surrounding himself with that, I mean, with the Rams, he had Cooper Kupp. He had, like, Robert Woods as well, at the end of his prime.
Yeah,
he had Todd Gurley.
Todd Gurley,
but then Todd Gurley fizzled out very fast. And so I think, minus Cooper Kupp, I mean, it's that offense was just kind of
Yeah.
In the Rams, you had like.
I just thought it was creative. I think the coach made it more creative as far as like the routes they were running. It was a lot of like moving around, a lot of it.
Yeah, like Brandon Cooks when he was there was also like he was an asset as well.
Yeah.
By the end of like Jared Goff's like tenure there, like Gerald Everett was like like his top guy. Yeah. Who else I'm trying to think of? I think like Van Jefferson. I think was starting to emerge. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I think he's just he's set up very well in Detroit. I think that's why we see more of like a revival of Jared Goff. So I mean, So week 1, Jared Goff versus Patrick Mahomes. Rematch. I mean,
56. I'm kidding.
They did have a game with the Rams versus the Chiefs where they did have probably the one. I think
it was the highest scoring game of all time.
Yeah.
53 versus 56.
Yeah.
I think.
It was 50 something versus 50 something.
It was a Thursday night game. I just remember that game like
that game was beautiful.
There's no defense, man.
There's no defense. So that's week 1.
I want to talk about the primetime distribution.
I
believe this is the first year where they got rid of the limit on primetime games for teams. Like beforehand, like you were only capped off to like 5 or something like that. So there are 4 teams this time around that have 6 primetime games.
Is the Bills one of them?
Kansas City, Buffalo, Dallas,
Of course, man.
and the Chargers. The Chargers have 6 primetime games as well.
Dallas, regardless of what record they have, man, they'll always be up there. with
Cowboys
primetime
sell
games.
for better or for worse. They sell, and that's what all this scheduling is. It's
America's
all marketing.
team, am I right?
But one interesting one
Don't you ever talk
was
about the Cowboys like
the
brother.
What?
All right, no, I'm kidding. Okay, you know how Cowboys fans are.
Oh, I know.
Here's 5 primetime games. So these teams have 5 games: San Francisco, Philly, Minnesota, Vegas, Green Bay, the Jordan Love
We already
Green
lost
Bay,
5 games, guys.
and the Jets. The Aaron Rodgers Jets
You didn't
now
hear me.
have 5
You
primetime
didn't hear
games.
me,
What do you say?
We already lost 5 games already.
Yeah, 1 p.m. Kirk Cousins.
Exactly.
Is
12
what
to
you need.
12 and 5, bro. That's what.
Wow.
We already lost 5 games. That's all you just told me.
There are
Captain
4
Kirk.
teams this year that don't have any primetime games: Houston, Atlanta, Arizona, and Indy.
Makes sense.
Indianapolis, I
The
thought
Indy
would
one
have
is
gotten.
a question mark.
I would have gave them like 1 or 2.
Let Anthony Richardson cook.
I mean, he's a young player, and
Cooking at
the
1
team
p.m.
is kind of just like even. But you got to remember that office is not even the best. You know what I mean? They just figuring out the front office and everything. So like,
yeah.
So I can understand that. They got a ways to get where they want to be.
One other thing I wanted to talk about with the schedule release was Warren Sharp put out some pretty interesting in-depth analytics into team rest time in between games and how that's an advantage or a disadvantage. So there are, he calls it net rest edge, which is like how many days that you have of rest versus when you're facing another team. So say like for Buffalo, for example, if they play on Sunday but they're coming off a Monday night football game and the team that they face last played on Sunday, they're at a -1.
Those Thursday night games bite you in the ass sometimes.
Yes. So
Yeah,
that's the kind
playing a
of
game in
general
3
idea.
You know, technically, 4 days is like
Exactly.
it's not.
Exactly. Football, one of the most like physically demanding sports in
The world.
in
Question:
the world.
Do they usually practice that Monday if they got a game on Thursday and they play Sunday? Because usually they get that day off.
Usually, if they play on Thursday for the next week, yeah, they start practicing. Actually, I think on Saturday they start practicing.
They only get like dude.
No, but that didn't answer my question. I said
Yeah.
like on Sunday they played on Sunday and they have the game on Thursday. Do they
Oh.
usually
I see what you mean.
practice on Monday?
Yeah, they usually do walkthroughs from what I've
Okay,
seen.
okay.
So the schedule equity is what he ends up calling it. The Jets in specific have way higher like rest advantage versus any other team in the NFL, which is pretty interesting.
Such a young team. Well, I didn't
Young
quarterback,
team
but
minus Aaron Rodgers, but the most total negative rest edge is minus 28 days. In 2022 it was 19, 2020 was 18. So there was a big jump in this past year alone, where there's a lot more or less rest for teams. So I think it's one of those like weird, like kind of nerdy stats that you look into, but it'll be interesting to watch where you're always like, oh yeah, this team's coming off of a rest,
Yeah,
or
will
this
it
team has
reflect
more rest.
later?
How much
Yeah.
more, I guess my question is how much more of a disadvantage or advantage do you think it would give to teams?
Right.
I mean, I think it depends on the sport. Like, I was just talking to somebody about basketball recently. You know, obviously the playoffs or the Eastern Conference Finals and the Western Conference Finals started, and it's like for older players, I feel like it makes a lot of a difference because like they're doing walkthroughs a lot more. They're not trying to be intense and do anything hard because it takes a load on their body. So I think it depends on the players and I think what year they're at. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why, a lot of players do rest management days. Like Von Miller, I think he takes like one day a week off.
Yep.
For sure.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that. I kept out like I said, not a Bills fan, but I always see the
keep
injury
tabs,
report.
man.
See the injury report that he was taking a lot of rest days this past year.
Yeah. What about like games? Are you eyeing any Bills games? Nico, to go to?
To go to, so me and Molly, we've talked about this in the past. We pick out a different like away game to go to, and that's like kind of like it's always right around my birthday. So last year was Miami. This year we're either looking at the game in Washington D.C. versus the Commanders. it's easy for us to go there, family down there, and it's an easy drive. Or we're looking at the game against the Patriots.
I knew he was gonna say
in
that.
Foxborough.
I knew he was gonna say that. I knew he was gonna say go to Boston.
I've been to Boston.
I knew
for
he was
the
gonna say
Patriots game.
Boston.
It's a good experience.
We we couldn't do the Jets because that's the week 1 opener. It would have been
Week 1
impossible
opener
to
on
get into.
9/11
On 9 in New York.
in New York.
Jersey,
Which is also interesting to
New Jersey,
True.
New Jersey.
but then we were trying. What we wanted to do. We wanted to go to the Chargers game in LA, but of course it falls on December 23rd. So let alone the prices to like fly
That'd be
out there
hell.
would be insane. But it's on Christmas, and we would never be able to get the time off of work for that. So
Yeah.
we had to cross off the Chargers.
And
Unfortunately.
you don't want to risk like flight delays too, and then you miss Christmas.
Exactly.
I've seen that happen sometimes. Especially if you're 6 hours away, 5-6 hours away. I mean, it's just yeah. I'm eyeing personally. Isabella has never been to a Bills game, despite living around the block from the stadium.
I was gonna say, doesn't she live?
She literally lives around the block from the stadium. I hope you're watching, Isabella, because I'm coming at you.
Wow.
Lives around the block from the stadium. Has never been to a game, by the way. So we're eyeing up the Giants, the primetime game, Giants Bills. I think that's going to be a really good one. Dibbles return.
Question: is she a football fan though?
She likes football. She likes the Bills. She just has never been to a game.
Is she just pleasing you?
She's pleasing me.
Not. Oh my God! As far as pleasing you,
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
No, is she trying to like pretend?
Yeah.
No. I mean, she's always been interested in football. I think it's just been her interest is increased because she is dating me.
Okay.
She's had more of an interest. Like she's always been
She's
interested.
been here on the show. She's given some prime analysis too.
Yeah. My wife does not like football, and she's sticking by that.
Yeah. So she's always been interested. It's just like now dating me. It's like you have to be interested.
Facts.
It's like you can't not care. It's just like
Guys, I don't think I've been here since I went to that Bills Vikings game. I don't think I've ever.
Yeah. How was that? What were the emotions going through your
Best game I've ever been to, and it's not because
I know for you.
and it's not because because I got
It was
into
a really good game.
I got into an argument with my friend right after the game because he's a Bills fan, but I'm a football fan at first, obviously, but I'm a Vikings fan too. But that was an amazing game. Win, lose, or draw, I'm sitting there like, this is the craziest. Like, you were just, as a fan, you're just sitting there like, what is going on? And like, it's just like, I was just like, I'm crying, I'm laughing, I'm like, it was
roller coaster.
It was a roller coaster. But to get out of that stadium with a W, I literally did not see that happening. It was amazing.
I don't know if I could really comment on that game at this point. Because we've talked about it so many times on this show, that game specifically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm happy you witnessed the Minnesota one. That's all I'm gonna say. Because I wasn't happy.
Yeah,
but
that game was crazy.
I literally was like on the edge of I was like on the floor at one point.
Yeah.
Like
Shout out to Josh Allen, man.
Shout out Josh Allen.
He was our MVP that game.
Yeah.
Nah,
he wasn't even supposed to play.
Cam Lewis was your MVP that game.
I don't know. Josh, because he made a few mistakes that kind of.
If Cam Lewis just swatted the ball down, we wouldn't even be talking about this game.
True. I mean,
that was the safety game, the fumble the snap game too.
Yeah, that's why I say shout out Josh Allen.
Yeah, that was the. Yeah.
Listen, man. To this day, I don't. I get scrutinized because I've talked about this. I got in heated debates at the gym over this. That I don't blame that game solely on Josh Allen. That was a complete team collapse.
I agree.
I think maybe they
that second half was like what?
That was a mistake by Josh, but I'm not blaming the game like we losing the game on that.
But I kind of say this often when it comes to the Bills. It like you it's like almost like the Warriors. You live by the 3, you die by the 3. When you live by Josh Allen, you die by Josh Allen because he makes great plays, but also sometimes it doesn't always go the right way, and it's just like dang, you know what I mean?
We see that with Mahomes too, but Mahomes just does it less.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
they're heroes.
Mm-hmm.
They're heroes.
Yeah. Other than that, schedule-wise, I believe the hardest schedule. I know the easiest schedule is Atlanta.
Yeah.
Atlanta has the easiest schedule. The hardest
I
schedule.
heard the Eagles.
I think it's not the. I think it's the Eagles.
I heard the Eagles.
I had it in my notes, but I'm missing it right now. But yeah, I know
Eagles and the Saints, and then the toughest is the Patriots.
Patriots have the toughest. Bills have the 7th hardest. That's
yeah.
what I have. Eagles are also up there for
Well, the
hardest.
Bills, the Patriots have to play you guys, the Miami,
Yeah,
and they're not the.
it does have a lot to do
and
with the
Jets.
division.
Yeah, so that
Oh,
makes
yeah,
sense.
Patriots are in for a ride this
Yeah,
year.
and I think. Do you guys play the NFC East?
We are the AFC East.
the
NFC East.
NFC East. Yes.
Yeah, this year we do.
Yeah, so
Yes.
that contributes to them too, because the NFC East is projected to be pretty good.
Yeah,
Boys.
Yeah.
and the AFC West too,
Yeah, AFC West as well.
with the Chiefs,
Chiefs and
the
Broncos.
Chargers.
What are we thinking about the Broncos? What do we expect this year?
I did like Sean Payton's quote.
Oh God.
That he.
I know we're probably going over. I don't even know what time
Sean
yet, but
Payton, Ben DiNucci, that was just signed in the offseason to the Broncos. I don't know if he's going to be like a backup or just like kind of like on the practice squad or what. But he threw a pick 6 in practice, and Sean Payton went up to him and was like, he said, "You know, our owners own Walmart, right? There's a good greeting job for you if this doesn't work out."
That is just crazy, man. That is crazy.
that's great.
And you know what? That's the moxie that the Broncos need. Going off of Hackett and Russell Wilson, I can just imagine the image. Like I could probably have like an AI like create this image with like Sean Payton with a sledgehammer and Russell Wilson's like personal office and just.
He is literally the only he's the catalyst, and if Denver's going to be competent or they're going to be horrible again.
Yeah.
He's literally the catalyst because like it's just, and that's what it was last year. I mean, Nathaniel Hackett, I did not think was a good head coach. Nope. So you bring a guy in like Sean Payton, they might be competent, but I don't know. I really don't know what to say about that team because it's like they're all over the place, in my opinion. But Sean Payton could propel them to be competent. I mean, they could, they have a ceiling to be the second best team in the division, but they also have the bottom floor. They could be the worst.
Yeah,
could be the worst
agree.
team in the NFL as well. No, it's you could
They're
literally
a true
put
wild
them.
card team.
You could put them.
I'll say one thing though. Last year showed me how much their defense was actually good. They
did.
They stopped a lot. It could have been the slaughter.
They had a
lot
really
of those
good
games.
defense.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I look at the Broncos and the Panthers very similarly, where it's brutal offense, but
Terrible.
fantastic defense.
They left them in a lot of games that they should have been getting smacked. And it was like, wow, I can't believe they're still in this game.
I still don't think that there's like no hope for them. Like I think that, like you said, they could finish anywhere. They could be getting the number 1 overall pick, or they could be a playoff team. It's just tough to read. It all depends on how well Sean Payton and Russell Wilson mesh, and if that offense can truly put together. With the defense, like the defense doesn't really even need to change, but it's just that offense. I mean, they added Mims to that offense as well in the draft. Judy and Cortland Sutton, despite rumors of them getting traded, are still there.
Yeah.
So there are weapons. Javonte Williams is coming back.
I understand why you said it's messy with all that trade rumor and stuff like that. So,
So we'll see.
oh, I forgot about Javonte Williams. I did like him
He's coming back.
before he got hurt. Yeah.
We'll see. That's all we have today, though. Taj, do you have anything to add?
No, I don't got anything to add. Shout out to the Vikings.
Skull?
School. Yeah, hopefully you have a good season. I'm hoping the best. For us, we always come through a lot of adversity and everything. Some people have big hopes for us. Usually, I'm not usually the one that usually have big hopes for my team. But
Can we get a new Kirk Cousins is a loser quote?
Wow.
He's been a loser, bro. Oh, shout out to Dexter because he swear he had the most confidence in that man for the longest, and I don't understand it.
Dexter, if you're watching, let us know. Let us know what you're thinking right now. All right. Well, this was episode 45 of the Big Yak podcast. Thank you, Taj, for coming on. Thank you, Maranto and Emerge. Thank you, Matt Johnson and BIBCP Radio Network. Thank you, Nico.
Thank you, Mike, and happy birthday
Happy
tomorrow.
birthday, Mike.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully tomorrow goes smooth. I don't really know what tomorrow is going to bring. Isabella told me she has a surprise planned out day.
Nice.
So we'll see. I don't know. She
That's pretty adorable.
I don't know what, because I did the same thing for her birthday.
Yeah.
I surprised her and took her all her like favorite like places. and
Yeah, you
stuff.
told me about that. It was really nice.
That's
Yeah.
cute.
He's a pretty good boyfriend.
I'm a
know
good
what I'm saying?
boyfriend.
Yeah,
I
I think you do a pretty good job.
Boyfriend of the year, maybe.
I taught him well.
He's in contention.
I
I'm in
taught him well.
contention.
I taught him well.
But yeah, see what 24 brings me. But we will all see you guys next week for episode 46 of the Big Ep Podcast. Stick around.